Hi, now we're going to go over your assignment for gender studies. And this can be kind of a fun one, I think. And some of the students who have done it in the past have found it surprisingly informative. And really, what we're doing is we're sort of separating the world out there and all the ways we get access to information through mass media, if you will. I want you to find 4 gender neutral images and 4 gender stereotypical images. So 8 altogether. Okay, so now this is due November 20th, which is week 9, and that's a Friday, I believe. And when you do your document, you can do it in Word or Pages or whatever document you want, but I want you to save it as a PDF. I will only accept PDF documents. Now there's a video in supporting videos in week 1 where I walk through how to make a PDF document with either a PC or a Mac computer. So make sure you watch that if you don't know how to make a PDF. And if you do know, please make sure you post only PDF documents. If I get the document early enough, I can email you saying that's not a PDF, and please send it back as a PDF. If you don't, or if it's not changed, or it's posted and the time goes off and I can't email you because you put it in at the very last minute, you will have, I don't know, depending upon the software, I may not be able to open it. I use a Mac exclusively. PDFs are the most efficient way to communicate back and forth using documents, where the document that you create is seen by me in exactly the way that you created it. So that's why it's really important that you post it as a PDF. Now what you're going to do, you can go through magazines, you can go through Google Images, you can go through news feeds, whatever way that we communicate to one another using words and images. I want you to look at the images, because through this course we're going to be looking at this relationship between biological differences between human beings of male and female and the area in between. Then we're going to also be looking at the gender differences, and that can be far more reaching because it's a socially constructed component. So how we communicate about men and women in North America is not the same around the world. And so it'll be interesting. Just explore images and find 4 that to you are gender neutral and 4 that to you are gender stereotypical. Now what I've indicated is that chapters 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7 can assist you in making these determinations. So when you do find these images, if you scroll down, you find what gets handed in where you're getting 4 images. So put an image on each page. So you'll have 8 pages. Size the image that allows you to do at least 3 paragraphs. I want there to be enough, and I've given you a sample. We'll get to that on page 3. PDF only. Single space 12 font, so I'm not looking for double space 30 font. You got to keep it reasonable. It's a report style, and it needs to be 8 pages, so 1 image on each one, and then you have an explanation. So what are your convincers? And I'd like to see 3 convincers per image. So if you've got a gender neutral, your first image, what are the 3 reasons? Now you may pull this out of another source, you may pull it out of our textbook with those chapters, but what are your 3 convincers? What convinced you that this was gender neutral? So you have 3 paragraphs, and you do that for each of your 8 images. Each of the 8 images have 3 convincers. Now it's quite possible that you might search out images that for you are consistently stereotypical or neutral, and they may have some similarities in your convincers. Try to vary your images to not get just the same 2 or 3 convincers for all images. I would like you to vary up your images so that you have different convincers. Okay? Now if you scroll to the 3rd page, you'll see a sample. There's an image, a man and a woman standing there in what looks to be the same outfit. Now, that might be gender neutral to you. Now, what I've got here is convincer 1, convincer 2, convincer 3. Don't try to interpret the language. It's not a language. It's just fill in words. Okay? But what you do need to pay attention to is on page 4. And this is how it'll be marked. So by having gender neutral and gender stereotypical images, you get a grade, and then there's grades for each image and the organization. So please try to organize it and complete the assignment fully and completely, and hand the PDF into week 9. In week 9 there will be a journal depository. It'll say something like your assignment journal, and in there you can post your PDF document of your assignment, and I'll get it and be able to mark it and then post grades. All right, I hope that's helpful for you. If you're unfamiliar with where everything will be in Blackboard, do watch for the video that I'll post in announcements, and I'll also post it in supportive videos. And I may also post it in week 1, and that will just be an overall introduction to the course. But I also walk through how to navigate Blackboard, where I put everything, how do you access things, how do you write a test, how do you post a journal. All of that will be in that video. So if you're uncertain, please watch it and watch it through to completion, okay? I hope this is helpful. I look forward to the assignments. It's always interesting to me to see the kind of pictures you find compared to what I find, and what convinces me and what convinces you. Although there's a lot of similarities, there could also be some differences, and this has always been a fun and exciting assignment for me, so good luck with it. All right, bye now.